Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports. It's a pleasure to have you live to charge. Look at out of green action presented by Lunatic Designs. We are back to the dirt racing fiasco that is everything dirt racing. Chop Shop Racing Thursday night series, ready to rock and roll as we get ready to go green here in about 60 seconds here for Speed Weeks Port Royale. Port Royal, however you want to say it, you can enunciate it if you want. Half-mile linked racing surface is on tap tonight as we get ready to run fast. It is follow status B&B Music Admin Box, the Geomax Dirt Series here with Chop Shop Racing and all that they do. Penguin has made it in. He is ready to rock and roll as well. And you know, all the things that happen. 10-lap heats, 12-lap E-main, 30-lap feature, one fast repair for the drivers, and of course, and always, the Dirt Super Late models. We alternate weeks, all except for the All-Star race that's going to happen. It's going to be cool. Mr. Van Nest, thank you for the like. RB, thank you for the like. Internet is screwed up because of the storms. So hang on as long as you can. I hope you are fantastic. Keegan Lunatic giving you a broadcast each and every week here for the Geomax Dirt Series, also sponsor Signature Esports, of course, and always. Port Royale is it's a pretty awesome racetrack. Penguin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Give me just a second.
You good?
I will be right back.
He's gonna do his pre-race narrative. That's what he does, and it's crazy. Starting grid though for heat race number 1 is gonna look as such. Jaden Sheehan, Kenny Mansberger to make up the front row. Derek Husted is gonna have Wesley Strait out there with Justin Brown and Gary Mansberger. Steven Laskowski is gonna be out there with Brad Dove. That is the first heat. Everybody's gonna make it. Go check out Kego and Lunatic and check out Chop Shop. Join Chop Shop if you want to be out there giving some love and some support to all these fine folks. We're gonna get ahead of SDK like immediately, just because SDK likes to do SDK things. And we want to make sure SDK is working like it's supposed to, and doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know, those are things that I like to make sure that happen. Kind of good. Yeah, definitely check out all of our sponsors, of course. Make sure that you get out there and show your support, show your love, do the thing up, make it roll. Right. Okay. Jeez, oh Pete. Hey, you know what we can do? We can do it this way. Hello, Budgie. How are you doing, dear? Happy May 1st to everybody out there. Hope you're all, enjoying yourselves. You know, the maximum effort. That's what it is. And of course, you're going to see me refresh SDK. It just does not like heat racing for whatever reason. And because it doesn't like heat racing, we have to constantly fine tune what's going on. I like the way we have things set up with SDK. Now SDK is they're getting ready to do some big things, so we hope that they are ready to rock and roll with us. Steven Laskowski, one of our driver cams. So we do have 2 driver cams tonight, but Laskowski, part of the West Gorilla Motorsports fam, he is ready to rock and roll. He is all tied up and ready to go dirt racing. How about them apples? Chop Shop gives us our driver cams each and every week, no matter what series we call. So we thank Chop Shop for being on board and sponsoring those things, and we thank them a ton. Port Royale is it's got a very low back straightaway wall. I know that it goes above the cars, but when these cars are up on the wheels, the right rear has a tendency to float into that wall. We may see somebody hit it. We may not. We don't know. It's a dangerous racetrack. We're green. Sheehan, good start to the race here. Justin Brown in second. 10-lap heat. Admin box giving you all those actions. Justin Brown hard into the corner right there. Had to get up into the dirty stuff. Bottom side is where this track likes to feed. And so if you see a bottom feeder here, that's what's going to happen. The dirt track is kind of where it's going to be. 805 to the inside. Woo, baby. 021 to the inside, door to door for these two. Justin Brown trying to make the early slider happen. Justin Brown trying to maximize points here. Jaden Sheehan in second. Steven Laskowski is going to be in third, up 4. Brad Dove up 4 as well. The driver's working. Justin Brown, fastest lap of the race, 17:60. If he wins the heat, no doubt he's going to try to go to the back, from the back to the front. Port Royale and the Super Lates. A good racetrack for that. It's a big racing surface, and these fine folks love to run these super lates. I'll tell you what. Everybody hold on to your butts. Ray Mansberger back in 6th, has the 86 on board. Wesley straight off 3 from the start of the race so far, but it is working. Gary Mansberger down to the bottom. Wesley up on the high side. Eric Husted's going to be on pit road. Kenny Mansberger on the bottom. Trying to pick up 4th. Brad Dove just ahead. Brad slinging dirt, trying to get faster. Jaden Sheehan, fastest lap of the race, 17.55, has picked up a thing or 10. Here's we continue to go. 5 laps to go. Laskowski in 3rd, comfortable where he's at. 2-second gap. Work at the bottom side. Sheehan trying to close back in on Justin Brown. Justin Brown extra sideways on the bottom. 3/4 of a second difference here as Laskowski cruising here, gaining a little bit of time. We'll see that second lane. A little extra as Justin Brown digs. Gene Sheehan just a touch faster last time by. Sheehan on the bottom side of the racetrack. Justin Brown trying something on the outside lane. 4 now, 3 to go. The big spot that you want to avoid on this racetrack is you want to avoid the pit box. Or not pit box, the flag stand. The flag stand is quite dangerous. It likes to jet out and take drivers out. And that's not Barney's fault. 2 to go here in heat race number 1.
It's all Barney's fault.
Yeah, well, you know. They call him Barney. I call him Fred, right? He's always been Fred the Flagman to me. And considering that his name is Barney, you know, we just call it the Flintstones. White flag, final lap. Justin Brown coming around. Jade Sheehan close. Stephen Laskowski got a little extra sideways, trying a little extra stuff, but he's going to be in 3rd. So Justin Brown will win heat race number 1. I have a feeling that UL challenge for the bonus points might be coming up. Jade Sheehan 2nd. Stephen Laskowski's going to be 3rd. Brad Dove comfortable in 4th. Oh, and the 21, you just to lead them around. Actually, they weren't even crossing the start-finish line there yet. So double finished 5th. Kenny Mansberger coming around doing something. What happened to Dove? You're tailing to this one. You must have gotten into the wall or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Something happened. Starting grid for heat race number 2 would be Ethan Wolf on the pole here, as Michael Strickland will be in 2nd. Robbie Milburn will be in 3rd. Robert Church is going to be there in 4th, outside row number 2. Falcon Smith, Keegan Brown in row number 3. Nick Klosterman and Joe Garcia out there ready to rock and roll. I tell you what, it's a good racetrack. Ethan Wolf, your driver cam tonight for the heat race number 2. He's ready to go. He told me last week he wanted to put up his driver cam, and just couldn't get to it. It was kind of after I'd gone live. So
never gonna get it. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. He was able to get himself into Discord or into the driver cams a little earlier. So hopefully he's good to go. Go Striker. We'll love to see it. Everybody's ready. Oh baby, Striker's got new paint. Wearing a little Carhartt. Yeah. Churchy back there in the old 5 machine. Or the Chris Kyle machine. I think drivers are warming up their tires.
You think they're ripping up the track?
It's unique. Oh, no, you can warm your tires up on this racetrack. You can also you can also cool them down if you run under caution in some of the marbles. Just like they do in the real world. You know.
I'm a Reno boy.
Buttons, not the gumdrop buttons. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
On Drury Lane.
Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. All right. I've watched Shrek once, 10 too many times. Here we go. Let's do it. 10 lap heat. Ethan Wolf, Michael Strickland. His own leader. Green, green, green. Do the deed. Here we go. Striker to Milburn. Wolf out front. Comfortable where he's at right now. Whoa. Falcon Smith. Full scent. Full tilt. 3 wide. Corner exit. Klosterman on the inside. Churchy digging on the outside portion of this race line. Churchy dropping all the way back to 8th here. Robbie Milburn clears Ethan Wolf as Milburn works the outside lane. Michael struggling back to 3rd. Joe Garcia is going to be in 4th. Garcia trying to track down. There's Keegan Brown, a 5.55 working. 0.34 way down to the racetrack trying to make it happen. 3 wide. Striker into the wall. 114 digging. 114 pushed out to the outside. Back into the throttle. And I tell you what, Keegan Brown's got a full face full of dust there. His track's starting to dry out as it would be. Ethan Wolf, fastest lap of the race, has a half-second lead. Falcon Smith having an issue. Caution will come out. Falcon Smith went into the inside. Falcon down in, up and out, and Keegan nowhere to go. Right to the back bumper to the 34. Dang it. He's good. He's fine. Yay! Ethan Wolf will be your race leader. Waiting for Robbie Milburn to play catch-up. Drivers having to catch back up to where Ethan Wolf is. I tell you what, that pace car was fast. Or the pace truck was fast getting out there. Yeah. You're on board, your race leader. Jade Sheehan, thank you for giving us the share and some love out there. Mr. Van Nest again, Mr. RB, thank you very much. Thank you to Chat being out there as well. Thank you to Budgie for being the awesomeness, the big Let's Go, of course, doing all the things that she does wonderfully out there, which includes keeping me sane. Yeah, keeping me sane.
There is no keeping me sane.
Yeah.
I'm always a bit crazy.
It's a crazy thought.
It is a crazy
Geomax
thought.
is the title sponsor of this series, located 6962 Odom Rd Sanger, Texas, Sanger. If you are located in the Texas area, I encourage you to check them out, and especially if you've got new construction, maybe some residential commercial work where you need your soil tested. They do a phenomenal job. They are a geotechnical drilling and soil sampling company, and they do that not only in Texas, but they also do that in all over the southern U.S. So check them out on Facebook, of course, but you can also give them a call, 940-736-7720, or pay them a visit again, 6962 Odom Rd Sanger, Texas. Geomax, ready to go. Hard charger tonight. Gets a little bit of extra money. It's only for the feature. And that is the Thompson Racing hard charger. I still got to create Thompson's. Yeah, I got to get him something. We got to do something for Alex. All right, we're doing it. We're green. 112 to the 88 to the 80. Moving. Right. Oh, baby. 114. Cross the nose of the 34 back there. There. Duck dodge. Diving a dodge ball. No wing on the back of the 34. No caution. They keep it straight. Churchy sees Klosterman up on the outside lane. Klosterman into the wall. That was a goofy start to the race there. 5 laps to go.
That was a goofy restart.
Klosterman jumping to pit road. 112 up on the outside lane. Oh, Wolf. We'll see Milburn. Ethan Wolf digs the corner. Slider for the 80 here is the 112. Trying to rip the wall. 112 to the bottom side. 4 to go. To be 3 this time by Ethan Wolf. Straight line drives the bottom side of the racetrack. Milburn's going to have this one on corner exit. Just able to turn the corner a little bit better than Ethan Wolf. Ethan Wolf on the bottom, giving up that pole. Now it is a random draw when it comes to who's on pole. 80 into the wall as well. 112. 2 to go. Battle for the lead. Milburn able to drive off there. 112 to the outside lane, 80 working. Keegan Brown trying to close back in. Robbie Milburn 2 to go in a 3 and 4. Working the outside lane. 112.80. Waiting for it to clip. Not going to happen. White flag waves. Final lap. Heat race number 2. Oh, 112 gets some net code on the 80. But here comes Keegan Brown. There to the outside they are. Who's got it? I think Robbie's got it. Ethan Wolf will be second. Keegan Brown will be third. Joe Garcia coming home fourth. Churchy will be coming around in fifth. Falcon Smith has got no downforce. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no wing on it.
I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no wing on it.
Ah, Milburn gets.
You gotta do it right.
That's right. I can't. Not today. Today's not the day for
Not today.
Not today, man.
Not today, man.
Starting grid for your Consi. Brad Dove's going to be your pole sitter. Robert Church, your outside pole sitter. Wesley Straight Falcon Smith's going to make it row number 2. Gary Mansberger, Michael Strickland at row number 3. Derek Husted and Nick Klosterman there in row number 4. So we'll see a 12-lap Consi. Ready to rock and roll. Dove's going to load in. He's going to have a shot here. He had a pretty fast car there. Able to hold on to fourth very well. So let's see if old Dove can get the dub here. The Geomax Dirt Outlaws Port Royale. Again, powered by Chop Shop Racing. How about a bazinga?
Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. He's going to have the drivers out there. He'll make him an offer he can't refuse. Yep. and then the budgie plays. That's right. Thank you, Budgie. I appreciate you. Oh, where's the Eagle at? We love him.
Mighty Eagle!
I hope he and his fam are doing well. All right, we'll get down to it. Pace truck should dive in here in just a moment. Dove's got to be careful not to go ahead of the pace truck here. Trying to warm up. And so the pace truck goes in. Then it's on. It's
Dove.
such
a weird entry for the pace truck too.
Oh yeah.
Because he goes in on the backstretch.
But it's early on the backstretch, and considering that the front straightaway start finish line is about where pit road entry is, it's a little like you don't want to get that black flag, right? 25 goes. Let's do it. B-Main, rocking and rolling. Rock and roll. Dove to Church. Church to Falcon Smith. Falcon Smith, 3,300 on the I rating here. Wesley Straight, 17 on the Dirt Series. Michael Strickland, Gary Mansberger pushing to the bottom side. Here comes Nick Klosterman. Wall tap for Stryker. That wall is dangerous. Dangerous. That's about as French as I get today. Brad Dove out front. Falcon Smith trying to send it down on the outside here as Robert Church crosses back over. Good slider for Church, 34. Looking to roll. Whoa, baby, rolls the outside lane. 25 gets a little free there. And now a chance for Falcon Smith to try to pick up a spot here. 5 on the bottom side. Church rolls. Falcon Smith, fastest lap of the race so far. Woo, baby. Out of the gas they are. 5 to cross over. All the way to the bottom side. Falcon Smith way up the race line. Brad Dove on the high side. Door to door, 5 and 34. 34 able to take the bump and keeps on moving. Oh, 34 out of the gas. Trying not to turn the 25. Brad Dove with 8 laps to go. Oh, back out of the gas. Trying to work. Falcon Smith goes for it. He gets the lead. Churchy trying to make it happen. Gary Mansberger on the bottom side. 5 up high. 5 battling back. Now, this track has a tendency to transition to the outside, but with as few laps as they've ran, they're really not gonna get too much development out of it so far. 25, a little free. More free than what you could see. Falcon Smith just ran his fastest lap of the race, 18:01. This time 18:50. Dove 19:13, trying to hold on to second. Gary Mansberger slides, trying to get to the bottom side. Dove trying to throttle back up on the outside lane into the wall. No, he's good. It looked like he was going to get tight there, but Church takes over third. Right where he is sat as Gary Mansberger moves on to second. 1.8 second lead here for Falcon Smith as they continue to push. 5 laps to go before this time by. Stryker just ran an 18:40, getting that track, getting the feel for the track up and making it happen. Klosterman and Green Design on board with Chop Shop through Speed Weeks. We'll love to see Klosterman get all that he can. If you need a plaque made and it's literally wood etching, go check him out. Give him some love. Nick Klosterman back at 26. Wesley Strait came to pit road. Got that dang old pit road entry. That's what I'm talking. There it is, pit road right there. You have to enter on the back and drive very slowly to the front side of this racetrack, and then you're going to exit out of turn 1. But Falcon Smith coming around. Oh, caution will come out. Brad Dove having an issue there. Let's take a look. Stryker got around Brad Dove. Dove gets down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to slide up on the 88. Just not a good slider. Wasn't able to stay in the gas, and Stryker was there. So a little racing deal there. We'll have a 1-lap shootout to the end of this one. Muscarella Enterprises and Muscarella Motorsports giving the action. Make sure you check out and follow Muscarella Motorsports and all of what they have going on. Check out their website, of course. Get one of those PCs that you can buy from their website using promo code Signature 25. Save yourself 25% on some select items out there. That'd be pretty cool for you. So the way I see it is that there's things, and there's more things, and a lot of things. No, you're good, Budgie. Do it whenever you want to do it. That's why it's your that's why it's your alert. You get to do it when you want. Matterud, what's up, brother? How are you doing, sir? That was loud. Sorry, folks, if that came across what you guys have going on. Hey. All right, it'll be a 1-lap shootout. Falcon Smith, Gary Mansberger. All the fine things. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Hit that like and share button if you're new, and hit that follow button. Matterud knows how to speak to my heart. Green flag, we're going. Falcon Smith, bottom side. Chance for Church here on the final lap. Maybe get a spot. Final 2 turns. Falcon Smith having an awesome start to their restart there. He's going to be able to come around. Church trying to get more out of it. He'll finish third. Falcon Smith wins the Consi. As we set up for a warm-up here, I'm working on, it's only 16 cents of a day. That's right. In the arms of the angel, far away from here.
In the arms of an angel.
Sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. Hopefully they'll flag me for that one. That's funny. Anyway, we're going to let them have at it, folks. We'll be right back in just a moment. As we have a tendency to take this time as old men to go, have our hydrate break, quote
Take care of
unquote.
old men things.
That's right. We'll be back. All right, we're back to it. We're getting ready to look at that dang old starting grid as we see things that line themselves up. And shoot it down. Justin Brown is going to be your pole sitter here for week 9 for the feature. 30-lap feature. Robbie Milburn will be the outside pole sitter. Jade Sheehan, Ethan Wolf will make up row number 2. Stephen Laskowski, Keegan Brown in row number 3. Kenny Mansberger, Joe Garcia, row number 4. Falcon Smith, Gary Mansberger in row number 5. Churchy, Strickland, Klosterman, Dove, Wesley Strait, all the way out there, tail end of the field that Eric Husted was in, but I don't see him in anymore. Bagel and I were just talking about the old 5M server, and I'm going to I'm going to make a promise that we're working really hard to get the 5M server up. We have our Red M server up as well, but our 5M server, old Signature RP, has been under development, and 5mservers.com has been helping me work on the package that was purchased for them, what we purchased from them, and there was a lot of things broken. So that includes the database, includes a lot of things that are supposed to interact together. Things just didn't happen. I do believe an EOL challenge is happening. I kind of figured Justin was going to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Those things do happen. Oh, Penguin has a new sound. And I'm going to put in a hotkey for him. You might have heard it. I don't know. Here it is. Oh, that's we're gonna have to shorten it up though, because the very end of it is it's the Wabo combo from it's a Happy Feet sound, and it's kind of funny. But at the end it says "get your butt whooped," but with the A word and not the B word. So we'll have to shorten that up a little bit. Yep. Yep. I love life. 805, the 80, the 112 Laskowski. It's a big racetrack, and I believe Justin Brown will be looking at it. We're green. Full send and all that jazz. Got to do it. You got to do it now. 112 to the outside. 555 there as well. Laskowski there on the inside. Falcon Smith to the bottom. Whoa, baby. Almost into the back bumper to the 98. Jaden Sheehan, Robbie Milburn, door to door. 80 to the bottom side. Sheehan up on the outside lane. Robbie Milburn trying to make it happen. Oh, enter the door of the 805. Robbie Milburn hip checks the 805. All the drivers are fine. 34 to the inside. And 30 short laps. Keegan Brown down to the bottom. These drivers dealing with all of that smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. Well, at least that's what they say. 112 up into the wall.
And Justin's already up 8.
Ethan Wolf traveling to the wall here, trying to keep the slick at bay. Holds himself in second. Robbie Milburn, 18.58. Outside lane. He's got a lot of wear to it right now. Ooh, into the wall just a little bit for him. Trying to set himself up for the corner. Laskowski runs back in 6. Going to be off 1 from the start of the race, but he's getting a little bit better each and every week. You see Justin Brown looking for the inside. Gets the inside. 021. Trying to make it happen. Keegan Brown, bottom side of the racetrack. Look at the focus on the drivers. Man, oh, man. Thank you for those two running those driver cams. I appreciate it. Robbie Milburn, 18.58. Ethan Wolf in second. Jaden Sheehan holding on to that third place right now. Falcon Smith on the bottom side, trying to get a little more out of it. 114 of Joe Garcia to the back bumper. 021 to the 555. Ethan Wolf, fastest lap of the race. 18.53 as the track has worn out. 7 of 40 being completed. Right now, this track is having the Delta beat out of it. Ethan Wolf closing in on the 80. Ethan Wolf, 18.41. Most of these setups are set up for the long haul. Yes, sir.
I am not going to lie. I have never noticed dust being flung until I got this new monitor.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, buddy. Uh-oh, Joe Garcia having an issue. Oh, he's tore up from the floor up. That should be a dang old caution. But it's not. He's coming to pit road. Klosterman around as well. Here's what happened to Joe Gart. Man, he's had a big struggle bus there. He got in the wall. He did. Oh, man. Brown nowhere to go. Rips the right front off of him. So Joe Garcia having to go to pit road. Here's what happened to Klosterman. Gets to the inside. Oh, baby. Oh, man. That's Kenny Mansberger in the 21. Klosterman was there to the inside. That's terrible for Joe Garcia. I hate that for him. I mean, it's the same car accident. iRacing throws cautions. That's terrible. Ethan Wolf, 9/10 of a second. Run to the outside lane. Little wall tap there for him. Wall riding. A thing that's frowned upon. You got to keep your eye on the prize. Jaden Sheehan has migrated up as well. That's the one thing I said about this racetrack. It was going to migrate to the high side. Falcon Smith across the slick. Gets himself rolling. Drives down low line exit there. Little egg shape. Steps up for the corner. Still to the bottom. 34 trying to close in. Whoa, Justin Brown. Wall tap there. Heading into the corner. Keegan Brown. That is Kigo the Lunatic. As the smoke doth not clear. You know what's even crazier? The higher the humidity, the more the smoke like shows up. It's really cool. I like it. 1.6 second lead. Ethan Wolf now being challenged by the 805. 805 looking for it. Justin Brown needs to get back to that number one spot. Finds Falcon Smith on the bottom side of the racetrack. Falcon Smith up and in. Justin Brown down to the second lane. Trying to migrate up high. 24 laps to go. Falcon trying to play defense. 021 delivering on the outside lane. Oh, maximum effort. Justin Brown doing all he can. He got some damage on that thing. Do that thing.
Damage thing.
Yep.
At the Port Royal. Damage thing. I've got nothing else.
Nothing. Not a darn thing. Make sure you check out Geomax, folks, if you need them. You're going to need them. Quarter second now, the gap. Oh, man, Robbie Milburn into the wall there. Drivers flirting with the tail end of this one. Garcia 5 laps down. Out there to run. Doing what he can. Has Stryker just ahead of him. Strickland in 13th. Brad Dev up 2. Behind Wesley Straight up 4. Our charge of the race right now. Falcon Smith and Wesley Straight. Wesley Straight trying to get around Gary Mansberger here on the bottom side. So Wesley, this is a position for him. Could have a cool $10 in his pocket if he does. But Falcon Smith back to 5th. These Keegan Brown trying to close back in. Robbie Milburn, 3/10 of a second difference is Jaden Sheehan. Trying to hold on. There's Klosterman. Klosterman, natural lap down currently after just that little bit of right side damage. Got a pretty little car. Trying to hold on to it. Outside lane, the preferred lane. Ethan Wolf trying to hold on. Top 4, all in Matt Julis's speed shop. Premier Racing setups on board with the Chop Shop Racing crew as this track continues to get worn out. 18 laps to go. Big laps. And definitely a ton of fun to see. Robbie Milburn seeing lap traffic. Preferred lane on the outside lane. 114 of Joe Garcia trying to close in and get around a couple of drivers here. 25 to clear the 86. Wesley Straight now up 5. 17 laps to go. Lap traffic now a factor. Oh, baby. This is looking like your Saturday Night Dirt Series. Ethan Wolf closing in. Sheehan, Justin Brown, your top 3. I'm sorry, your top 4. Falcon Smith still holding on as well. There's a chance for him. As Klosterman giving the 555 at bay. Klosterman down on the bottom, slides up. 555 to the outside lane. Robbie Milburn trying to find his way around. There's a 112 up in the outside lane. 25 just ahead. Door to door, bumping and banging. 112 trying to take over as the 25 and the 112 drop in. How about this? 3 wide. 112 all on the bottom side of the racetrack. 25 trying to hold on. That's some phenomenal racing right there. 80 able to muscle his way through, though. And the 112 still in tow. 805, we'll see Justin Brown look to the outside. 112 trying to close in, get to the inside of the 5. As now we're seeing lap traffic. 112 to the 5. As Ethan Wolf, Justin Brown, Jaden Sheehan, all in a hot mess right now. Holy cow. 80 now, a half second to Ethan Wolf. 89 on the bottom. Wesley Straight, first driver, a lap down. Kenny Mansberger, the next driver they'll be looking at. Robbie Milburn trying to cruise here, but the 112 has kept it close. Keeping him honest. 3 wide back here for Justin Brown. As the 805 trying to clear out and do what he can. Oh, baby, the 5 in front of the 805. 4 wide on corner exit. Settling in. As the, oh, baby, the 21, the 021 gets up into the 5. Brad Dove going around. He gets down the pit road. 021 hip checks the 5. And Churchy on the bottom side. Caution will come out. The 5 is battling for position with drivers behind him. He's got the 89 there. He might be a lap down, but he has a right to race the lane. 021 there trying to push. Puts himself in a very dangerous situation there. 5 on the bottom side. Slides up, trying to keep it clear. There's the 805 there with the 21. 21 gets into it. Man, oh man. Thank you for the raid, brother. Hopefully your stream was well. Pats fan, thank you very much. Man, oh man. So 5 go to pit road. George had to jump to pit road. Thanks, sir. Hope you did well. Hope you had a good raid. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Jason with Signature Esports. We are doing the thing. We are calling some dirt racing. First caution. As we are looking at it here.
I need your help with this, Jason.
Uh-huh. Playing Fortnite again. Good deal. What do I think?
Yeah.
I think that everybody was racing. Do I think that the 021 got into the 5? Yes. But do I think it hasn't happened all race? Yes. I don't know. Is it a 30? It's a 40 lap feature. Why did it say 30 on the pre-race? No, it says 40. It says 40. But on qualifying heats, LCQ feature, it said qualifying heats 10 B main and then a 30 laps there as well. So that's where I read it, and I read it wrong. It is 40 laps, folks. We're doing a 40 lap feature, not a 30 lap feature. You know what? It's all good. I leave them be. Green flag. There's a penalty to be assessed. That'll be something that they have to discuss later on, I think. I really think it was just hard racing, honestly. I hate it for Church, too. I don't think it was anything egregious.
Yeah, I can't make a solid call on that. I can't say it's not a racing incident, and I can't say it was somebody at fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, if Justin Brown finishes inside the top 3, we'll have a chance to ask him. How about Justin Brown to the bottom side? We'll see Robbie Milburn cross back over. Justin Brown trying to go for bonus points here. The 112 of Ethan Wolf, Brad Dove, Gary Mansberger having an issue. Now we're going to see what's going to happen with this racing surface. Dove, starts to turn into the corner. Gary Mansberger Oh, Dove got taken out. He was just innocent bystander there. It was 114 there with the inside of the 86. Oh, just gets up into him. The 86 hard on the brakes. I mean, I again, in that instance, I still think, door-to-door contact is something that happens on dirt. Thank you, Budgie, for the clip. Dove went around, though. That's unfortunate. Or not just around, he went over. Yeah. Here it is, right here. Into the corner. Mansberger ended in his lap. Boy. Yeah. Because Mansberger had it straightened up, right? And it was just the speed. The speed difference with drivers coming around the corner. In that instance, still something happening. And Joe Garcia's 5 laps down, so, that didn't change anything. Keegan Brown coming off pit road. See the 86 out there as well. 8 drivers on the lead lap. Keegan Brown, the last driver on the lead lap. Laskowski in 7th, having a clean race tonight. Doing all that he can, right? That's all you can see. That's all you can say is going to happen, right?
Yep.
Baji with 500 dang old biddies. Some biddies coming my way.
Budgie Bird 5 sent 500 bits.
And those are awesome bits. You know what I ought to do? I ought to make him say biddies and not bits. Yeah, it might be a real thing. Ethan Wolf ready to go. It's going to be the 80, the 021, or the 112. Sheehan, Falcon, Smith opportunity. Under 10 laps to go. Some single file restarts for all the dang old drivers. They're ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's see it. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Yeah. 7 to go. Oh, baby. Keegan Brown down to the bottom side. Steven Laskowski rolling on the outside lane. 114 trying to do the dang old job. Jaden Sheehan and Ethan Wolf. Oh, baby. Sheehan out of the gas. Robbie Milburn, 2/10 of a second difference here. Sheehan, slider, up into the wall, almost takes out the 80. 112 will take over. Ethan Wolf, no wing on a car. Robbie Milburn out there with no downforce. We'll see the 34 of Falcon Smith close back in. The 021 trying to cycle again. 5 laps to go to before this time by. Teammates into it, door to door. Falcon Smith trying to be that next driver. 805 slides up the 021. Sheehan rolling. Here comes Falcon Smith. Slider for the 021. 805 crosses over. 3 to go. Hold on to your butts. Falcon Smith, middle lane. Good line, 112. 021. Back to the inside. Falcon get a pass done here. He's been running on the bottom side of the racetrack primarily the most of the night. 2 to go here for Ethan Wolf. Ethan Wolf running up near the wall, trying to do what he can to keep himself without damage. 805 clears Justin Brown. Robbie Milburn back to 7th right now in a slew of traffic. But Ethan Wolf will come around, white flag waves, final lap. Falcon Smith down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Try to make it happen. Justin Brown had a shot for the UL Challenge. Will not see it happen. Ethan Wolf will come around. He's going to have a victory here as the 021 door banks. Oh, man, that was a close finish for 3rd. But Justin Brown pinched him down to make sure that he had the runoff on the corner. Ethan Wolf gets the feature win. Ethan able to capitalize on everything that was going on. Jaden Sheehan second, Justin Brown third, and Opportunity Knox for the 112. How about that? Teammates getting into each other each week. It's crazy. That's hard racing. I got to go. We're going to have to go back and take a look at the incident between Justin Brown and Robbie Milburn there. That was insane. But, you know, those things happen. Ethan Wolf, Jaden Sheehan, Justin Brown, your top three. Falcon Smith, Keegan Brand, your top five. Kenny Mansberger, Stephen Laskowski, Robbie Milburn, Wesley Strait, Michael Strickland, your top 10. We'll see Klosterman, Gary Mansberger, Mr. Church, Mr. Dove, Mr. Garcia, all the way through 15th. Eric Husted did not start the race. Let's see. Let's take a look. This was right about here. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, some door banging right there. There's the 80 of Robbie Milburn. This was that incident right here. 80 up near the wall. 021 sends the corner, gets into the wall, which clips the 80 and sends his wing a-flying. And then the 80 with no downforce, just going to drop like a rock. These cars need those rear spoilers. Absolutely insane. Thank you to Geomax for being on board. What a phenomenal looking race there. As things would dang old be. Let's talk to Ethan Wolf. It's going to be your feature winner tonight. Able to get out there and give those guys a run for their money. Thank you for putting up the driver cam. It's awesome. I know these guys get the folks getting to see their see drivers out there. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it was finally after 3 weeks of trying to get my driver cam up here. I finally got it. So I'm happy for once I get to see my ugly old face while watching me turn right to go left and doing it in a fast way. So.
You had teammates ahead of you getting into each other, able to be in position. You were in position on the long run anyway. You were closing down on Robbie there toward the end of that run, and it just seemed like the caution inopportunistic. But how about all that lap traffic you guys were able to navigate? That was like it's insane to see it happen.
Yeah, the lap traffic was probably what made that race so fun because. You know, if there was a couple cars running the top, you know, Robbie would run the bottom or I'd try the bottom and he'd stay committed to the top and, you know, just hoping to find something. But then, you know, on corner exits, you know, this track closes up pretty quick. So you got to be mindful of who you're trying to pass and who you're racing to not get into them. And there is one instance where the lap cars were a little sideways in front of Robbie. He cut down and we ended up, you know, tangling all the way down the front stretch, but you know, there wasn't like any hard feelings towards that. It was just close racing, trying to get through lap traffic to battle for a win.
I think that's the big thing about dirt racing. And tonight we were able to see a lot of the drivers able to lean on each other, right? Even through lap traffic. Lap traffic is racing for position with other drivers and just seeing the mindset of what drivers were trying to do. These cars actually were, other than a couple of instances, the cars were able to actually hit each other and not lose too much other than a rear spoiler for a couple of drivers.
Yeah, I think it's more of hit or miss on how fast you're going on the racetrack. You know, like here, you're going over 100 mile an hour the whole way around the racetrack or close to. So, you know, maybe the slower you go because there's less, you know, wheel speed, the more likely you're going to see spinning. Like on the bigger tracks, the RPM is so stretched that you're used to, you know, almost spinning out in the corner. So I think it just makes it a little harder on the driver to save it on a big track, but on a small track, that's when you see the wrecks.
Well, it worked out tonight. Little half-mile circuit never hurt anybody, I think, and it provided some great racing, and it was a ton of fun to watch, man. Speed weeks. I think. Let me look at the schedule. The schedule. Let me say it all fancy like. Wanted to see what we've got. We got Williams Grove in the dang old. One more week of speed weeks. Then we're going to be in the Dirt Midgets at Williams Grove, and then a little all-star race coming up. What's your plan for the next one?
To be honest, I don't know because I've never raced anything open wheel at Williams Grove. In fact, I tried to avoid Williams Grove as much as I possibly can. But I don't know. I've been saying it the last few times I've done an interview, but if there's a cushion, I'm gonna be on it, and see if I can find something. I always find a way to make it work. So if not, I just do my best to tiptoe around the bottom and find that moisture and just be on the lookout for other cars because those straightaways are so long and the corners come up like that. It's like a Martinsville, right? You go full blast on the straightaway and then you gotta slow it down pretty fast to make a tight corner. So I don't know. It's just I know I'll be back here for the Grove, and then I probably won't race the All-Star race as I am also in an asphalt super late model league, which actually starts in 4 minutes. So that's gonna be going on for a while. So I'm gonna be kind of doing double duty for the next 6 weeks until the asphalt stuff ends. So it's all based on availability.
I like it, man. Well, let me let you get going. Give your shout outs, man. You got a victory here in the feature, and once again, thank you for the driver cam.
Yep. I'd like to thank all the guys at Warrior Racing, Nick, Keegan, Justin, Jaden, Robbie, Joe, all the guys, as well for Nick for my raps. Majority Speed Shop, CFMesports.com, arguably the greatest late model sets on the service right now. And really ever since they started doing open setup dirt late models. Let's see, who else do we got here? We got these BMF race cars, I don't know why I really chose them as my chassis brand, but I like what they do in the real life stuff, and they're proven winners. Clements Race Engines for this bad A power plant we got here, is able to pull me down the straightaways pretty good. All the guys associated with Geomax, Strickland Church, all of them for putting this on. You for broadcasting, as always. You do a phenomenal job. And let's go to the Grove.
I like it, man. Good luck in your race tonight in the old supers.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's Ethan Wolf, folks, coming home in victory lane. We'll let him have at it. We'll send him off, and he's going to get out there and do some dang old racing. Jaden Sheehan comes on P2 tonight, though, and not without trials and tribulations and all kinds of things happening. You had a good, fast, long-run car as well. Brother, man, how about them apples?
Yeah, this is a tricky track. This is arguably among the top 5 least favorite tracks that I have to run on this and in this series. So I'm pretty proud of the run I put together tonight. The teammates, if they could just stop fighting each other.
Sorry, don't mean to laugh, but that's exactly what I said earlier.
If they could just stop getting into each other, truly, we would have top 6 every week. But it's good for the show. It's good for the series. It's good for the league. That these guys come out and they race each other like it's every Tom, Dick, and Harry out on the track. We might be teammates and communicate, but during feature time, it's time to nut up or shut up, and it's either gas pedal or brake. Figure it out.
Yeah. I see it. It's dirt track racing. I mean, everybody's there to support one another and help each other figure things out. But we watch good hard racing, and what's funny is that we watched all of you go through lap traffic and lean on each other, and then when the track gets clean again, and there's open air in front of us, that's when we see the harder sliders, the just everything that was going on. But it was good racing.
I was just trying to be a little bit more patient because I knew I played a tire game tonight, so I figured towards that 40th lap I would slowly kind of start coming alive as they're burning their tire off, because these guys aren't holding back. It's a 40-lap race. It don't matter. These sets are built for whatever track you give them, and they're gonna finish the race top 3 no matter what. But I wanted to play a little bit more of a tire game, trying to think about ways I could come in late and get a little bit better of a drive off, because I know some of these guys didn't mess with the set much, and unless they have really good throttle control, which I feel like there's only a couple guys in this league, warrior or not, that can actually manage their pedaling. Like Falcon, I got to give him credit where credit's due. He was sneaking up on that crowd, and he was coming fast. So whatever he was doing late in that race was working. So, but time just kind of ran out, and he was coming alive, and we were coming to the end. So, shout out to him for the solid run he put together, and shout out to the guys for the 1, 2, 3 finish. And I don't know if we got a 4th up there or not. I can't remember.
Keegan finished 5th, so that's at least there.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, no, Falcon finished 4th, and if Justin didn't hold him down, that quarter exit would have been all Falcon. 3/100ths of a second separated those two at the line, which is a good close finish. But now Falcon ran the bottom side of the racetrack dang near the entire race, if he could handle it.
Honestly, that's probably the smarter move. Like, a lot of people think that the top dominancy of these tracks, they've kind of made these tracks to where that doesn't stay there the whole time, and these right rears start fading. And maybe he did play a tire game, and that tire was starting to warm up towards the end, and he could just get a better drive off because the tire's sticking in the slick rather than slipping. And shout out to him, because maybe the bottom was the way to go, and I could have won this thing tonight.
Yeah, well, P2, it ain't bad.
Don't hate it, but I need a win for this series. I've had everywhere but consistently top 3. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But you always want that win. You just want to be able to. I should have had one win in this series, but I made a stupid pit strategy. I don't think I would have finished first that race regardless, but stupid pit strat. I should have just stayed on track for Bristol. I led 5 laps in that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
still beating myself up.
It's okay though. You are, however, you were 4th in the points coming into today's race. The more that you get, I know that you're going to be trying to continue to chip away at Keegan's point deficit to you, but it was only 13 points coming into today's race. So feature sets and seeing these things work out, that's those points are going to matter. And I know that you've missed one race over the rest of the field, but you're getting your consistency up, and I think that's one of the bigger factors here.
I agree. So I think next week anything goes with the midgets. I truly think anybody could win on any given night. I don't think our sets are any better than the next guys. It's truly about who doesn't get killed in the corner the least, So if we can stay clean next week, I think we have another top 3 run. I'm looking forward to next week, because it's going to be an absolute show, to say the least. Because again, we are going to my absolute least favorite track on the sim next week, because I absolutely hate Williams Grove, and hopefully we can do what we did tonight. 2 cautions, 3 cautions.
Yeah,
I will be more than ecstatic.
Yeah, it was it was a good track tonight. Yeah, only 2 cautions for the feature on a 40 lapper. That's pretty insane. And it is the way it is, man. There's a lot to be said for finding the groove, and tonight you found the groove, man. Congratulations on a P2 finish. Give you shout outs, brother.
As always, Warrior Racing, Warrior Apps, top 2 sponsors on the car. The reason I'm up front is with these guys, is because of these guys. We do our hardest work when we get together, and it's astounding that the team can continuously finish as high as we do, and as good as we do. It's because of this team, and not without Majulisi Speed Shop. You can go ahead and check out Sweet Victory Apparel Co. Go ahead and / JTGN Gaming. Check it out. Get you some soft merch. Racing Boys YouTube channel, and of course Signature Esports. Because without this man right here, the show would not be entertaining. You wouldn't get all the highlights. You wouldn't see the sliders. You wouldn't see Chop Shop Dirt Tour.
I mean, you're not wrong, but they could have somebody else. Somebody else. There are people that are better than me. I think.
Not very many. There's a few up there. I will say there's a couple good broadcasters on the sub, but
yeah,
I'd say consistently you put on a pretty good show.
I try to put on a good show, weather permitting and technology permitting. We try to do the best we can, but there are some good. And I will never down anybody for getting out there willing to broadcast.
And let's not forget. Hold on, we got a celebration here because 5 years for my boy Signature.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the celebration. 5 years for my boy Signature.
Yeah, 5 years.
If that's not worth a like and share for this one, we got a 5-year celebration this week, and I want to say shout out to you, brother.
It's crazy. Can you believe 5 years of doing this? It's I don't know what to. Thank you, Stryker, for the like, by the way. He did that 8 minutes ago when I was doing driver interviews, and I appreciate him as always. I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you two things. One, this wasn't supposed to be a thing. Period. Wasn't. It was all a favor, and then it became a thing. And two, my first broadcast was terrible. Absolutely terrible. How anybody booked me after that first broadcast? They liked it. They continued to push me on, and we made it work. And 5 years later, I've learned more about gaming and the gaming industry and the iRacing platform and programming for this type of situation than I ever thought I could. So, or ever thought I would ever be interested in doing. So I used to just watch people game. Now I'm up there, right?
Yes, sir.
Like
everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I was actually at dirt tracks calling races before. This is the virtual stuff is no different. I like it. Fake cars, but real racing, brother.
They say you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you have a dream, chase it.
Yep. Well, this was a happy accident. I like it, and we're gonna keep doing it. So we're gonna keep going. Thank you, Jaden. I appreciate you as always, brother.
Of course.
That is Mr. Sheehan coming home, P number 2 tonight, and thank you for the kind words. Thank you, Stryker. I appreciate you. We try to be at the top of our game, but sometimes life does happen. But Justin Brown comes home P3, trying to march. And man, oh man, we talked about it last week. We talk about it this week. There's too many Majulisi Speed Shop Warrior Racing drivers out there to not get into one another. Okay, that's just the way I see it.
Especially on a track like this.
Yeah, this is, you guys navigate. I said it to the other two. You guys navigated lap traffic so well. Then you get into free, clear air, and then that's when it happens. And but I mean, just you put on a slider, get into the wall. Robbie's coming. He's trying to make the move on the inside, and just hip checks him and tears his wing off, and that's where he lost all his speed. He had no downforce.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened like that. The spoiler damage. The netcode caused it to do that. It's ridiculous because the damn spoiler didn't come off until we were already 20 feet off the freaking wall.
Yep.
It sucks. I feel bad. He's mad. He's not happy. But I don't think he's entirely mad at me. I think he's more mad at iRacing for the stupid spoiler. He's just not happy. That's the second week in a row where this crap has happened. I do not blame him because I've had a few of them here recently. I went to go throw that slider and I freaking pushed like crazy mid corner. Had to stab the brakes and it just wanted to slide up into the wall, and I tried to make sure I didn't come down off the wall, but his cut down, I don't know if his cut down was for sure going to avoid me because of how slick it was and how hard it was to cut off that wall, but he might have. I don't know.
No, I think you guys
it's
should have
just-
been door to door. I agree. I think still door to door, but
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
but the way that you hit the wall just it kicked your. Yeah, I think you hit it with your right front. No, you hit it
I
with
hit it
your
with the right rear, and
then
it just kind of straightened my car out, and
Yeah.
it slowed me down a bunch, and he was able to hit his right rear on my left rear,
Yeah.
which bounced him over a bunch.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the spoiler, he'd have been fine, though, I think. There's one thing I do want to backtrack on, and I'm not talking bad on anybody, but back to the lap traffic stuff.
Mhm.
And because Church and somebody else, they were racing, and I get it, you're racing for position as a lap car. I completely understand that. But when you're a lap car and there are leaders passing you at that moment or even just before and coming up, you have to be aware of the league lap cars because they are going to be coming faster than you. And I don't know what it was. Church kind of slid up on me. I pinched me into the wall. I was like, whatever. Then the next corner, I went to go run the top to get around him, and he slides me. I understand you're running for lead lap, or running for position, but you're not racing the leader. You're racing the other car that's behind you. You don't need to race the leader. And they were claiming there's no such thing as a layover flag in dirt. Completely wrong. Just because iRacing doesn't have it does not mean it's not there. There's common etiquette with racing, and there is a legit layover flag in real dirt racing, but I don't think they realize that. Because they're claiming that there's no such thing multiple times. But I just wanted to get that out. I was not trying to wreck nobody. I tried to slide Church on the last bit, and he ran middle, hoping he was going to go to the top. He went middle. I couldn't slide him. I hit him. It is what it is. I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid somebody whenever they're not keeping a consistent lineup like every single lap whenever you're a lap car. It's hard to navigate lap traffic whenever they're racing you and the person around them.
Yep.
So it makes it real hard to get around them. And I tried not to hit anybody, but this track, you're getting, if you're running top, you're getting so much momentum on the people in the middle. It's hard not to. And I was racing so hard trying to catch everybody because we weren't getting a caution for the most of the race. So I didn't know if I was ever going to get one. But, no, it was a good racing up until that point, and then the whole thing with Robbie. And I think I just a little bit of damage from me hitting the wall caused me to not really have enough speed at the end there. And Falcon nearly got me. He's running that cut down line, and I was just trying to protect it, and I had to kind of pinch him down as far as I could and keep him from getting too much momentum on me.
Called it like it was. I called it like I saw it. And you know,
when you're racing for a podium and trying to get as much points as you can, you gotta, like on the very last corner coming out to the checkered, you gotta block. If you're not blocking, then you're not racing.
Right.
Mid race, no, don't need to do that. At the very end, yes.
Yeah, I saw. You know, you run lower on corner exit. And I saw the finish, and I was like, that's what you needed to do to protect. And you know, hats off to Falcon because he put on a dang good show.
He definitely saved tire, or he ran a lot less tire pressure on these setups. That it just made him save tire a lot better than we did. All of us warrior guys were on the same tire, on the same setup. We had two setups to go with. We chose one and decided to stick with that one for all of us. Don't know if it was the right choice in general. I mean, it was for some of them, but if we would have ran the other one, we probably would have more tire at the end. I don't know.
For the majority of the race, Falcon ran the bottom of the racetrack as well. He didn't run high.
Which, one thing to say, running the bottom does not always mean you're going to save tire.
Right.
Because in iRacing, it's a little backwards from real life. So on a slick track, I say it backwards. It's not really backwards. On a slick track, you burn less tire on a slick track than you do on a tacky track, as long as you're not actively spinning the tires.
Right.
If you're spinning the tires, it's different. But I've tested on a fresh track and a slick track the exact same amount of laps, trying to run without spinning my tires on the slick and just running as hard as I can through the tack, and you burn out the tires way faster on the tack.
Right.
But again, it just depends. But so running the bottom doesn't always mean anything, because especially whenever you're having to get on the throttle and you're spinning a little bit trying to get your momentum up, it'll do that. But you're in around the top, you're usually spinning the tires pretty hard anyways. But
might have just been out of the throttle enough to not have to flat spot the tires, or you know, I mean, and he's driving.
I really think he had a lower tire pressure than all of us, because there was a big difference in the tires. Because even Jaden tried to save his tires, and his tire was not barely any better than mine.
Yeah.
So I really think it was a tire pressure thing, because we were running a 12 psi, which is only 2 off from the top you can go, and The other setup we had ran 10, and that would have saved tires a lot better.
Outside of getting everybody's telemetry and putting it all into mocap, I can't tell you. You know what I mean? I mean, and that is the thing, folks. That is the thing. Believe it or not, if everybody records their telemetry and they send it over to us, I actually can put that stuff in mocap and see what's going on with the cars. Just like you would see in the real world with the NHRA, with NASCAR, with your local dirt tracks. You can find how these things are being tuned and see what's going on with things with the car and how it turns and just kind of everything that's going on with it. But you got to do a lot of work to do that. But it's insane. But yeah, Justin, I wanted to give you the opportunity to just kind of explain your point of view. And I call the race as I see it. They were. Penguin was like, I really don't know what to do in that situation. I said, it's really racing, because if it wasn't for the fact that everybody's been door banging all night, I would have said, all right, well, that's the first incident. If that was the first incident of somebody getting into somebody's door all night long and sending somebody around or sending somebody close to the wall, then I would have said that. I would have said, well, that one looked more egregious than anything else that happened on the racetrack. But everybody was getting into each other all night long. So I didn't, when it came to getting into church, do I think that does it sway your direction? Maybe a little bit, but nothing that, when I looked at the incident, it took a little while for that to actually become a caution. And so,
yeah,
it could have been a result, sure, but I think there's more to the race and more to the story there than the whole situation. So, and I feel bad for Church and feel bad for Robbie, losing the spoiler there. But we are fake cars and real racing.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for everybody I got into. I don't like racing dirty, and I don't really think that I race dirty, but on this track it's so hard to race clean and not get into people. And just whenever, especially when, I don't know how many people were out there in the lap traffic, 3 or 4 or 5 of us all in a little spot. It's really hard to race clean during that. That's where I just go back to, as a lap car, you just got to know racing etiquette. Race your people on your lead lap with you. Race for position there, but just be aware of the cars that are coming that are definitely faster. And just make sure you're not impeding their race, because that's going to cause problems. And that's kind of what happened. I'm not not calling him out on it. I'm just trying to advise. You always have to be more aware of the lead lap cars. Because, I mean, I've been in that position myself when I first started and was trying to get my skill up, and I'd be a lead lap car and I get in the way and I get yelled at. It happens. But you just got to be aware of that. I just also want to educate the whole blue and yellow layer flag that they didn't think was the thing. iRacing should probably put that in there one day. But other than that, if it wasn't for the fact that this is a track that you're never going to leave without hitting somebody, it would be a good track. But I like it sometimes. It just depends.
I put on a great show. I had 4-wide racing, and I had on straightaways, not just in corners. I had 4-wide racing on straightaways. So I was thrilled. I don't care who gets into who. That's between you and whoever and them and whoever does what. I just I look at this and I go, this is a great race. This track showed up and put on a good show tonight, and we had I had track drama. The blue and yellow flag, folks, is in every racing circuit, whether it's your local dirt track, your local ovals. It's also a NASCAR. Actually, just a couple of weeks ago when we were watching, what was it? Bristol. They were showing the blue and yellow flag to some drivers, and it's out there. It's in the world of Outlaws. It's everywhere. So
every local track and everything.
Everything. It is the blue and yellow flag is just to let you know that, hey, this is not somebody. It's just making you aware that there are leaders around you or somebody off
the point of it isn't to say, hey, get out of their way, slow down, let them pass you. It's not that. It's more on the lines of, hey, you have leaders coming up on you. You're not racing them. Pick a line, keep a line, make yourself passable by the people faster than you until they get by you.
Yep.
They're just showing you, hey, they're on their way. Do not get in their way.
Yep.
Just race your race and be clean and pick a lane and stay there. That's why I just didn't like the whole slider that he threw. But that's it. That made me mad at the moment, but I'm over it. It's fine.
I get it.
It's racing. I mean, it is what it is.
And I get his point of view too, because iRacing Sport Code will tell you that you just there's a lot when it comes to race etiquette, sporting code, and the mix. So that being said, it happens. I didn't see Rayburn there. Watch out! There's a spot of dirt going into 3. Yeah. There was and going into 3, there was a good portion of the slick that actually ran more middle than it did outside lane. But watching you guys get into the corners was pretty awesome. So, but maximum effort, maximum input, Justin. I
drove the hardest I think I've ever drove at Port Royal for those 40 laps. I'll tell you that.
Tell you what,
I've never been one to drive that hard, but coming from the back, and I was skeptical about even taking the UL challenge.
Yeah.
But having to drive from the back, I was like, I got to get on it, and I don't know how many laps we went before the first caution. I knew I had to catch them, and I was catching them, but I just used up too much of my tire to stay ahead of Ethan and Jaden after the incident with Robbie.
29 laps before the first caution, and honestly,
that's pretty good.
I read the race, the pre-race narrative wrong. The very top lane tells the laps and all that stuff. I was looking at the middle portion of the pre-race narrative where it said 10, 12, and then it said 30, and I was like, oh, we're only going to run 30 laps tonight. It's a big track for just 30 laps. So, and then when I saw it was still 10 to go, I was like, oh, well, okay, well that's good. I get 10 more laps of awesomeness.
Yeah, it was good racing otherwise though. I liked it.
Oh, it was fun. Justin, give a shout outs, man. P3 finished tonight. Hopefully you and Church can settle the conversation and everybody just be chill.
I hear you. Big shout out to everybody at CFM for putting on these killer setups. These were last week's official setups, so they were ready and prepared, and they felt great. Everybody at Warrior Racing, Warrior Wraps. Here soon, I will have a new wrap for the late model, so that'll be debuted soon. I don't know when. I've got the idea in my head, and I've already sent it to the wrap guy, the boss man of the team, and he says he's gonna get on it soon. So we'll see that here soon, and it'll be killer. Everybody at Warrior Racing, we may get mad at each other at times. I mean, hell, I was mad at Keegan last week, but we talked it out. We're good. Robbie, I'm gonna talk to him. He'll be okay, but I hope he ain't get too mad at me. I don't know if I did anything that I could have. I don't know if I could have done anything to avoid that from happening with that slider. But it is what it is. Everybody at Shop to put this on. You for broadcasting it. My wife for letting me have my hobbies, and everybody that ever comes into my stream, even though I ain't had a whole lot here lately, but I need to get into it and try to work it up some more. But I appreciate everybody that has.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, brother. Much love to you. Go and enjoy yourself, and go get some more racing. Go talk to Robbie.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him a little bit.
There you go. All right, brother. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
That's Justin
Have a good
Brown.
night.
You too. That's Justin Brown coming on P3 tonight, and much love to them. Thank you to Geomax. Thank you to Chop Shop. Folks, racing's racing. There is, and we never want to say no hard feelings to anybody, right? But no hard feelings when it comes to it. How about your hard charger tonight? Wesley Straight up 6 spots. He finishes in 9th, and he is the first driver a lap down. But he had a good rebound tonight. Ethan Wolf gets the dub. And man, oh man, he was there to try to make an impact, and he did. Hey, first night actually get to see his driver cam, and it actually worked out for him too. It's pretty awesome. I like it. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Muscarella Motorsports, Lunatic Designs, for giving us a broadcast booth to be able to call in. And of course, and always, thank you to Muscarella Enterprises, Lunatic Designs, and Chop Shop Racing for my driver cams. Thank you to Chop Shop for having us on board through this week. A quick note, I tried to be lighthearted today, try to have a little bit of fun. It's 13 years to the day that I lost my youngest brother, Cody, who my daughter is named after. And not necessarily for my sake, I said a little prayers to my mom. This is always a tough day for her. It's a tough day for myself, but it's more harder on my mom. It doesn't matter how many years go by, but you know, he would have been. Let's see, he'd have been 35, and we miss him dearly every single day. Well, I just said a little thoughts. If you guys have your little prayer circle or do whatever you need to do, send some kind thoughts toward my mom. Her name's Trudy. She is absolutely, she's, I know Mother's Day's coming up, but she is my heart. And, yeah, send some nice thoughts her way. I appreciate you. Thank you, folks. Not to end on a somber note, but I always like to put it out there and you know, let's people give some good positivity towards good causes, and that's the way it is. If you guys have anybody that you want us to think about, always make sure that you share that with me. Put it in stream if you need to. If you need positive thoughts out there, we'll send them all your way. That's for darn sure. So much love. Be safe. Be good. Be safe. Be kind of one of the most important factor of life. And make sure that you guys, I want you guys to make me a promise tomorrow. You're going to do something fun for yourself and continue to be awesome, because everything is awesome. Love y'all. Appreciate you soon. We'll see you tomorrow night for a little Cup Series action here for Chop Shop. See you again.